MKSEARCH was initiated in 1964, after the Kennedy administration became concerned that the Soviet Union was making significant progress in the development of mind control techniques. The program was designed to develop new and more effective techniques for creating expendables, individuals whose death or disappearance would not arouse suspicion, and who could be used for espionage and other covert operations. MKSEARCH was headed by the Technical Services Staff (TSS), a unit within the CIA's Directorate of Science and Technology. One of the most horrific experiments carried out under MKSEARCH was conducted by Dr. Maitland Baldwin at the National Institutes of Health. Baldwin performed lobotomies on apes and then placed them into sensory deprivation chambers, presumably in the same box he had built himself at the NIH. There is no available information on whether Baldwin extended this work to humans, although he did discuss with an outside consultant how lobotomized patients reacted to prolonged isolation. Baldwin used agency money to buy his own electroshock machine, and he did some kind of unspecified work at a TSS safe house that caused the CIA to shell out $1,450 to renovate and repair the place. Dr. Charles Geschichte served the CIA as both a researcher and a funding conduit. Geschichte tested powerful knockout drugs, stress-producing chemicals, and mind-altering substances on mental defectives and terminal cancer patients at the Georgetown University Hospital in Washington. He even branched out into trying to knock out monkeys with radar waves to the head, a technique that risked frying vital parts of the brain. Geschichte's principal service to TSS officials seems to have been putting his family foundation at the disposal of the CIA, both to channel funds and to serve as a source of cover to agency operators. About $2.1 million flowed through this tightly controlled foundation to other researchers. Some of the MKSEARCH experiments were carried out in CIA safe houses, in Washington, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. These safe houses were used as secret laboratories where scientists could conduct their experiments without fear of exposure. The experiments conducted in these safe houses involved the use of sensory deprivation, powerful stress-producing chemicals, and mind-altering substances. The goal of these experiments was to create behavior disturbances and altered sex patterns in the test subjects. Some of these experiments were so severe that they caused long-term damage to the test subjects' mental and physical health. The MKSEARCH program was finally shut down in the early 1970s, following the publication of a series of exposés on the CIA's secret programs in the mainstream media. However, the legacy of MKSEARCH lives on to this day. The program served as a blueprint for the use of human experimentation in the pursuit of intelligence gathering and other covert operations. The program also highlighted the dangers of unchecked government power and the need for ethical oversight and accountability in scientific research. The MKSEARCH experiments were conducted in a time when ethical guidelines for human experimentation were less well defined. However, even by the standards of the time, the experiments conducted under MKSEARCH were ethically dubious at best and outright immoral at worst. The test subjects were often marginalized individuals who lacked the ability to give informed consent, and the experiments were carried out without any regard for their safety or well-being. The MKSEARCH program serves as a cautionary tale of what can happen when scientific research is conducted without ethical oversight or accountability. The program highlights the need for strong ethical guidelines and oversight in scientific research, particularly when it involves human subjects. The lessons learned from MKSEARCH have informed the development of modern ethical guidelines for human experimentation, such as the Belmont Report and the Declaration of Helsinki. The MKSEARCH program was a dark chapter in the history of the CIA and the United States government. The experiments conducted under its umbrella were unethical, inhumane, and served no legitimate scientific or national security purpose. While the program has long since been disbanded, its legacy lives on as a warning of the dangers of unchecked government power and the need for ethical oversight and accountability in scientific research. What do you think? Do you believe that MKSEARCH benefited the national security of the people? Do you think that MKULTRA was necessary, and if so, do you think that they should still be funding it? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.